A lot of people read the book of James and walk away thinking he's teaching salvation by works, but that's not what James meant at all, and that's why so many get confused. On the surface, James seems to contradict Paul. Paul says we're justified by faith apart from works. James says we're justified by works and not faith alone. Which is it? The truth is, they were addressing two very different issues. Paul was writing to people who thought their works could save them, so he says, no, salvation is by grace through faith alone. James was writing to people who claimed they believed, but their faith looked empty and lifeless. So he says if faith is real, it won't just be words. It won't just be empty words. That's why James points out three kinds of faith. He points out demonic faith, which is just mere acknowledgement, like the demons who believe God exists, but they don't trust him. That's not saving faith. Or dead faith. In some cases, it's real saving faith that just looks stagnant or unproductive. In other cases, it's nothing but empty words, which puts it in the same category as the demonic faith or the demonic belief. And then you've got living faith, which is genuine trust in Jesus that naturally produces fruit, not by effort, but because Christ himself lives in you. Here's where people miss it. James wasn't telling believers to work harder to prove they're saved. He was challenging them to ask, is my faith real? Am I truly trusting Jesus? Because when faith is real, fruit will show up at some point, but in God's timing, not ours. You can't force it. And this is important. Just because someone's life looks fruitless to us doesn't mean they aren't saved. Each person has a unique calling and a unique purpose, and God works differently in every life. We don't even have the right to judge someone else's salvation by appearances. Only God sees the heart. James's point is simple. If your faith is alive, it will eventually show fruit, not because you're forcing it, but because Christ in you can't help but bear fruit. It's impossible not to. So James and Paul don't contradict each other. Paul says faith alone saves. James says, yes, it does. So make sure that the faith you claim is the real living kind, not just empty acknowledgement. Works don't save you. Jesus does. The works are just the natural fruit of his life in you. And it's going to show up, because it's impossible that it won't, because it naturally will, because it's Jesus living in and through you. It's his life living in and through you.